Print-on-demand sellers have made millions of dollars selling jewelry like this. It's basically a great gifting item. You can basically sell products for husbands and boyfriends to buy for their wives and girlfriends, even fathers for their daughters. There are a few different suppliers and a few different styles of the actual jewelry that you can sell, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking it down. I'll show you the suppliers that you can use. I'll give you a tutorial as well on how you can actually start selling these. This supplier here has shared that they have fulfilled over $250 million in orders for their merchants, which shows us that this type of business is already proven. Personally, I have sold print-on-demand jewelry. I started print-on-demand in 2016. Since then, I've built and even sold several different stores, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the processes that I've used to sell print-on-demand products and generate a full-time income. In the video today, primarily, we're going to be using AI to help us get started and kind of plan out a hypothetical print-on-demand brand selling our print-on-demand jewelry. Later in the video, I'll talk about the quality of this item and even the supplier that offers it, and we'll talk about how to actually get started marketing these products from our store for free. If you're not familiar with print-on-demand, it has been gaining a lot of popularity over the last few years. Basically, what we can do is choose any product that a supplier like Printify offers, upload our design, and start selling without ever ordering our inventory. As soon as we make a sale, Printify will print and ship the item to our customer for us. And if you need help starting a print-on-demand store, I do have a course. It's completely free. Inside, there's over 30 step-by-step videos showing you how to build your store, and there's a link down in the description. On the screen, you will see timestamps for what we're going to cover in today's video, so if you wanted to jump around, you definitely could. One of the things that I have had success with is avoiding doing just generic things like this, like to my daughter, to my wife, dear boyfriend, and things like that. Instead, what I have done with jewelry is actually choose a niche like this where the theme is golfing and then create a design around it. Basically, turning the jewelry item into a gag gift for someone that loves a specific niche. Basically, I'm saying to avoid something like this here and to instead try and do something like this here. Or even this option here where the niche is fitness and it's some sort of a gift item for a couple that likes to work out together. In order to discover some good niches, I came into ChatGPT, I told it what we were looking to do, and I asked it to generate me some hobby and job ideas. Here are the 10 different hobbies that it came up with. I think it did a pretty good job. We will come back through and pick a couple here that I think could be a great candidate for this. If we keep scrolling down as well, we can see some job ideas, and just like with the hobbies, I think it did a good job. To start our store, we're definitely not going to want to do all of those hobbies and all of those jobs. Instead, what we could do is pick 2 hobbies, pick 2 jobs, and make like 1 or 2 designs for each of them and build our store. Sometimes a lot of beginners get themselves in a position where they're trying to create dozens of designs just to get open. Instead, what you should do is prioritize opening, make a few designs first, launch the site, and then build your product catalog. Again, down in the description, I do have a free course showing you how to build a store where I detail more of that process. For hobbies here, we really want to pick something that could be a good thing for couples to do together. I'm going to go with traveling and yoga. These could be some good ones for a boyfriend or a husband to gift their wife something like what we are trying to sell. For the job theme ideas, I think the first 2 are great, healthcare and teachers. I could definitely see a teacher or a nurse themed design on one of these message cards being purchased by a boyfriend or a husband to give to their wife as some sort of a gag gift. Again, the reason is we are trying to create something like this here where we have some sort of a niche relevant design, perhaps a niche relevant quote as well, which we'll get to. We're actually going to use AI to generate some of these things for us. But again, the whole idea is to avoid something generic like this. We want there to be a niche so that way people will actually buy it because it's funny. Ultimately, these products here are not the highest in quality. This is kind of like cheap jewelry, but the funny part is the message card behind it. And that is what we're going to be playing up when we are building our store. ChatGPT is also great at helping us with names. You can see here that I asked it to give me some store names that I could use. If you scroll through, you can see down here, I asked it to then give me some options with the word jewelry or cards. It did it again, and then I basically asked it to do it again, but with .com domain names. And here's what we've ended up with. We have 15 options on here, and using AI for the name of your store is a great way to sort of fast track the opening of your business. In my experience, I have worked with a lot of different people people who are beginners who typically do stress a lot about their name of their store. Some people have a very difficult time coming up with different ideas, and using AI for this could help you a lot. One that I really liked up here was Chuckle Charms. I went into GoDaddy and chucklecharms.com was not available, but Chuckles and Charms was. This could be a cool option. This design right here and also this design here are what we're going to sort of model to create our own. Inside of Printify here, you can see there are a few different options that they offer. We're going to go ahead and click on the Love Knot because that is one of the ones that I have. If you click Start Designing, you will then be able to download a template to actually create your design. For the sake of this video, we are going to be creating our design in an awesome design software called Kittl. If you haven't checked out Kittl before, I will put a link down in the pinned comment so that way you can check them out. Kittl also has a really awesome vector generator. Basically what we can do here is generate the clip art or the vector for our design. If we come back to our examples, we have this one here where there are some biker wings in the center, and then this one here has a barbell. One of our niches on our hobby list was yoga and meditation, so what we are going to do is make a design for the yoga and meditation niche. When using the Kittl AI vector generator, you can choose different aspect ratios here. We are going to select the 1:1. That way we get a nice square image that we're going to be able to use in the center of our message card. If you scroll down, you can choose some different styles for this. You can choose images like these here that have a full background. You could also do clip art like this, or you could do vector art. For the sake of this video, we are going to select this option here. I am going to keep this pretty simple. We might have a few different prompts here that we might enter to generate something good to use on our actual design. To start, I'm just going to type in yoga pose. I'm going to click generate image and we'll see what it comes up with. And here is what it generated. I think this here might not be a great fit for what we are trying to do, so I'm going to do it again. This time though, I am going to add the word silhouette next to yoga pose. Hopefully that will take a little bit of the personality out of the actual image that is generated. That way it doesn't look like a specific person. And right here is what Kittl came up with. I am going to change the prompt one more time and then we're going to make a decision about what we are going to use. I am simply just going to add the word couple and generate a new image. This here is the new image that has been generated, and I think it is perfect for what we are trying to create. Next part is to add to my yoga partner to the top. So I've gone in here and added some text. We can now double click here and we can begin editing what this all says. So I'm going to type here to my, and then I'm going to type yoga, and then down here we are going to type in partner, to my yoga partner. Now obviously if I was creating this for real, I could play around with Kittl. I could add a whole bunch of different colors in here as well to make this presentable. For the sake of this video, I'm just trying to show you a basic framework to follow if you wanted to start selling print-on-demand jewelry. At the bottom down here, we would need some sort of a quote. And again, this is where AI can come in and help us a lot. Kittl also has an AI quote generator. You can basically come through here. You can click generate quotes. You can choose a specific niche on the screen. We're going to select yoga here. You would then click continue. We could make this a romantic type of quote. Let's make it 13 to 16 words and we'll go ahead and see what it comes up with. As we scroll through, we can see 12 different options in here that we could potentially use on our design. For the bottom text, I have gone through and chosen some text templates in here to edit, and then you would go through and you would edit your quote to whatever you want it to be. And again, you could play with the colors on the side here to make the entire design look the way you want it. The goal with your store, like I said, would be to create a very small catalog of designs. Basically follow the same process that I just did for you, but do it for numerous niches on your store. You're essentially going to be creating 8 designs total, maybe, that all follow the same framework with some sort of clip art vector in the center and then a quote at the bottom relevant to the actual niche that you are selling to. And when it comes to marketing your store, the first thing that I would say to do is to start establishing yourself on social media. This page here is an exact model of what I would follow. As we scroll through, we can see that they have created these quote posts with different quotes relating to their niche. If you keep scrolling through though, you will see that this store is actually promoting merchandise. They also promote these a lot inside of their Instagram stories. If we scroll back up to the top, you can see that they do have a link in the bio to their actual store. What I would do first is create some sort of a template, just like you just saw. Basically, an image in the background, a border around the side with a niche relevant quote in the center. For what we would be doing with this store, all of the quotes would be about couples humor. If you wanted to use AI to generate those for you, you could. You could also likely browse Pinterest or even Google to find different quote ideas for your posts. What I would also do is scroll Google as well and look for funny memes about being in a relationship. I would then start posting those daily. Inside of my free course down in the description of this video, I have some more information about this actual process if you wanted to follow that along and see exactly how you should be structuring your posts or finding different hashtags or even running promotions on the account to begin making your first sale. Obviously from there you could experiment with influencer marketing. You could send free samples of your jewelry item to people in some of the niches that you are selling to. For example, you could go on Instagram and find accounts like this that are all about doing yoga as a couple, and you could reach out to them and offer to send them a free sample of one of your items in exchange for them giving you a shout out. Everything I've gone through today, both posting and using influencers, is stuff that I have personally done a lot, and it is a great way to establish your business before you jump into any sort of paid advertising. So like I said earlier, this product here is a cool product, but it is a little bit unique in the sense where you're kind of selling knockoff cheap jewelry, and for that reason we need to take a humor approach to this. My final thoughts on this: if you're gonna build a store for this, turn it into almost like a gag gift type of store. That's why I came up with a name today for the store, chucklesandcharms.com. Again, playing up the humor aspect of this. The idea would be to create silly gifts for people to buy for their spouse and to have it be relevant to a specific niche. When you do stuff like this here, you're almost making it a little bit corny because this necklace is cheap. It is not intended to be a high-end type of product. It is a gag gift item, and for that reason we are going to focus on creating designs like this, or like this here, or like one of the ones I talked about in today's video. And again, here inside of Printify is where you can get it from. They do have a couple different options for jewelry as well, basically some different necklaces that you can offer, and the same thing is true on each one. We are creating a design for the message card on the back. So let me know if this type of product could be something you might try to sell, or is it something that you might add to an existing store, maybe as a gag gift item for the niche that you're already selling to. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.